Good day, my name is Hennady. I represent the CyberStitch project. CyberStitch is a simulator for training laparoscopic operations. Surgery, as a branch of medicine, is usually associated with complex and very traumatic surgical interventions. Every year in Ukraine, about 1,000 operations are performed on the abdominal cavity. An alternative to most surgeries is a minimally invasive surgical procedure. Simply a point puncture of the patient's skin with a puncture diameter up to 15 mm, and a small number of holes, usually up to 4. A light chamber and laparoscopic instruments are inserted through the skin punctures. The main advantage of laparoscopic surgery is the rapid recovery of the patient's body. The length of stay of the patient in the hospital after the classic operation using dissection of the interior abdominal wall from 7 to 14 days, and after the application of minimally invasive laparoscopy, this period can be reduced to 3 days. We analyzed the existing simulators for laparoscopy and took into account all their shortcomings. The result of this work is the first prototype created by us. Let's move on the benefits of CyberStitch. The advantages of our development are: shape. It mimics the anatomical structure of the abdomen in a supine position. A significant number of simulators ignore this directly important factor. Second, the bearings of the camera have an optimal location in order to cover all the main position of the camera during surgery to increase the number of possible options for operation. Third, unlike most competitors, CyberStitch simulates the real conditions of the operation. It is a closed space without access to light, because the simulator should simulate the working environment as accurately as possible. The light comes directly from the camera. For those who are just starting to train, there is a built-in additional lighting function. Fourth, the simulator has a door on both ends on magnets to simplify the process of replacing silicone tissues and organ models. Fifth, realistic use of real medical instruments for operations is realized through the use of trocars and silicone inserts. Trocars are special conductors that are screwed into the patient's skin before inserting work tool through the holes, and silicone inserts mimic human skin. Taking into account the shortcomings of the predecessors and the wishes of students who use these simulators, we have developed a prototype that mimics as accurately as possible the real conditions of the operation and gives a truer idea of its nature. Our clients are primarily medical students, but in order to broadly reach the target audience, we plan to distribute our simulator in medical schools, even at zero profit. There are no more than 100 institutions of higher education with medical specialties in Ukraine, but the approximate number of medical students is 150,000. The structure of medical education is such that the vast majority of students must develop surgical skills and earn hours on the simulator. Even if only 2% of students buy our simulator, it will already be about 1,500 simulators. We calculated the process of production and sale of small batches of 1,000 pieces for 3 years, based on the existing company with which we have an agreement. The cost of our simulator is $490. Prior to non-production cost, we took into account the cost of website development, mobile application, marketing research, certification, and the cost of developing new versions of the simulator. The chart shows that the net income for the first year of production is insignificant, but for 3 years it will be approximately $230,000. Here is our development strategy. In 2018, the idea of creating a CyberStitch project appeared. Over the next year, we developed a 3D model and made the first prototype. Next, we passed it to the practitioner, and based on the received feedback, a second prototype was developed. We plan to launch a website and a full-fledged mobile application during 2020 and 2021, and then receive a certificate to enter the market in 2022. People from different fields of activity work on this project. Some of them you can see on the slide. If you are interested in us, here are our contacts. Thank you for attention.